let me tell you, at the workplace, opportunities come disguised in so many ways. Another mistake you are making is that you have a lot of inconsistency with your personal brand. Because you kind of need to ask yourself, right? What is my personal brand at the workplace? Can you even start? Do you have a personal brand? Hello everybody, you're welcome to today's episode of Sessions with Ella. Thank you so much. Today I have a topic that is dear to my heart and that I believe you will derive value from. I'll be speaking with us today mistakes that you are currently making. I'm not saying mistakes that you have made before or like mistakes that I think you are making. Mistakes I know that you're currently making on your job that might not give you a good growth prospect. In fact, some 1 or 2 or 3 of these mistakes is the reason why you're not getting appreciated and recognized on the job, and is also the reason why you're not making enough progress. As I share with you, I need you to pledge that you're going to stop it right now. So the first mistake I believe you're making right now is taking small tasks for granted. You know how when you resume, you have certain tasks that are considered your core tasks. There are things that are required of you pretty much on a daily basis, and you give in every effort to make sure that you deliver those tasks accurately, that you deliver them excellently. But you see all those little tasks that your boss just calls you sometimes and he's like, Ella, could you please just get this done for me real quick? It might look like a very simple task and you're like, okay, I can just do this anyhow and not pay attention to it. And then you deliver a mediocre task. This is so important that you are always, taking every single task, whether it's your core task or it's something that you think doesn't really matter, or it's a task that you consider small. Ensure that you are putting as much excellence in every single task that has your name on it. You guys, I'm going to be looking at my notes once in a while because I brainstormed and now I have to make sure that I do not lose any of those points. The second point I'm going to make here is submitting error-filled reports. You know how you are asked to deliver something, even if it's your core, and you delivered it excellently, but there's just so many errors in your work. Perhaps because you did it in a rush, or you didn't take time to proofread or edit, and then there's like so many errors, and your boss, your colleagues have to be the ones always citing those errors. It's not good for you. It's not good for your brand. It gives the impression that you do not pay attention to detail. Okay, and leaders need to pay attention to every single detail. So if you want to be a leader and grow in your career, then you need to make sure that before you submit any task, you go through it again for errors, typo errors, grammatical errors, whatever, alignment errors. Make sure that you go through and you deliver tasks that are flawless. The next thing, not speaking up on your need for added responsibility. I mean, you know how they say a closed mouth is a closed destiny? That thing is good, it's true, honestly. If you know that you have been on a roll for a long time and you think and you know that you are able to take on added tasks, and you know that you are able to deliver on a little extra, and you really want to grow and it's not happening, then have that conversation with your line manager on the need for, just let them know, I feel like I'm getting tired where I am. I feel like I'm not I'm not putting in my all anymore. I feel like I've put in so much here that I want a bigger challenge. You let them know how it makes you feel, and then tell them why you think you would be able, to take on added tasks. Is also your opportunity to project yourself in terms of all the skills and competencies and capacities that you have amassed over the years. Make sure that at every point in time, when you're not comfortable with anything on your job as regards added responsibility and growth, speak up. Speak up. Your boss might not even realize that you actually need that. Speak up, and I'm sure that if it's an organization that listens to you, then you'll be given the added responsibility you want. And the more added responsibility that you are given, the more ready you are for the next level. Another mistake I think you're making is not investing in how you look. Look, guys, it has been said in so many ways. Some people will tell you dress in a way that you want to be addressed. Some other people would say dress. This it's been a lot of quotes here and there, but I would say dress like where you are going or like where you want to be. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, invest in how you look to work, regardless of your style at the workplace, whether it's strictly corporate or it's corporate casual. Make sure that you're investing in how you look, and you're always looking the part. You're looking like where you want to be. You're looking, because I'm going to be saying other things, but aside other things that you'll be doing, imagine if you're doing all that but you just do not have the presence. Looking good and dressing very well also helps you with your presence in a room. Okay, make sure you invest in how you look today, and then do the other things that I'm recommending. The next mistake I think you are making, that I know you are making, is not participating in meetings, conversations, and gatherings. You know what, I actually want to help. Can you please tell me in the comment section why you do not participate in meetings within your department, company-wide, whatever? Why do you not participate and speak up during meetings? Is it because you are shy? Is it because you think that you do not have a strong communication skill? Let me know in the comment section, because I'll do a video on it and walk you through how to overcome that thing that is making you not participate. You know why this is so important? If you do not participate in meetings, you are giving off the vibe that you're not interested in what's happening in your organization. And if you're not interested in what is happening in your organization, you are making me think, or you're making the leaders think, that you do not care to grow within that organization, because you cannot grow in a place that you do not understand. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to participate. You need to make recommendations. You need to ask questions. You need to challenge things that are being said. You need to be constructive with your criticisms, and you need to put forth those constructive criticisms every now and then. You need to participate fully. When meetings are happening, when you're in gatherings and conversations are happening, because you need to show that you are interested in what happens. You're interested in the health of the business. You're interested in what is happening in the organization, and by extension, you are interested in growing within that organization to possibly become a decision maker someday. Okay, why are you not participating? Let that end today, guys. Please don't do it. Don't. Another mistake I know you are making, so you're always getting into conflicts with your colleagues. Now, guys, do not get me wrong. I know that colleagues can, get on your nerves sometimes. Some of them might be unreasonable sometimes, or you might think that they are being unreasonable at certain times. But it's not enough for you to always, get into conflict with them, for there to always be a brawl that has your name on it. Do not do that. So there's something called emotional intelligence, right? You need to make sure that you're leveraging the emotional intelligence, and because of that, you're not getting into these fights all the time. You're not getting into these issues all the time. There shouldn't be conflict every time and your name is on it. It gives the impression that you're difficult to work with. It gives the impression that you're not a team player. Okay, sometimes, even if you do not have your way all the time, you might need to sacrifice sometimes. You might need to raise up the point you're trying to make at other times, just so there is no avenue of conflict that has your name on it. Stop fighting at the workplace. Don't do it. Another mistake I know you're making is getting emotional about feedbacks. Now, there are two kinds of people at the workplace. There are people who know how to give constructive feedbacks. There are people who actually do not know how to give feedbacks, and it's really not their forte. And so sometimes you get those feedbacks and it really gets to you and you get so emotional. I want you to always remember today that at every point in time, as individuals, we all have things that we are working on. Even the person giving you the feedback isn't perfect. They are also receiving feedback from other people and working on those feedbacks. Make sure that you take your emotions out of feedbacks Take feedbacks for what they are, however it comes out, okay? If it's you who is giving the feedback, make sure you're being constructive and make sure that you have a good technique for giving feedbacks so that it doesn't hurt people. But if you're on the receiving end and a feedback hurts you so much, I can always tell you escalate. I can always say have the conversation. But beyond that, I want you to actually rise above that emotional struggle with receiving feedbacks. Receive feedbacks like a champion. Take that like a champion that you are. Knowing that even the best of champions learn every day. It's your opportunity to learn, man. Get excited about that learning and do not let it get to you, okay? Do not be emotional about feedbacks. Take feedbacks for what they are. An opportunity for you to grow and develop in certain areas that you haven't before now. Another thing I know you make the mistake, you're always projecting your weakness at the workplace and not your strength. Like I said earlier, everyone has something they are working on, but there's something that works for you. There is something that you know that, oh, when it comes to this aspect of work, you better call Ella for this. I know that I'm strong with communication. I know that I'm strong with presenting. I'm not being proud about it. It is just who I am. How about you? Yours might not be communication. It might not be presentation, but it might be something. It might be something about how you think. It might be something about how you see situations. It might be something about how you solve problems. It might be something about how you submit your reports. Find the thing that works for you and always create a venue at the workplace for you to express that strength so that you are appreciated for your strengths while you work so hard in the background to overcome your weaknesses. That is how it's done, okay? Another mistake you are making is that you have a lot of inconsistency with your personal brand. Because you kind of need to ask yourself, right? What is my personal brand at the workplace? Can you even start? Do you have a personal brand? Oh, I do. I definitely do. I guess I'm just that kind of person who, like, every time you see me at the workplace, I want you to know that this girl, she's so chic. You guys, how do they pronounce that thing? Is it chic or chic? I don't know. But I want you to always know that, man, I'm so fashionable, but at the same time, man, I'm so smart. You know that chic, smart kind of brand? That's what I want. And I make sure that I'm consistent with that branding so that at every point in time when people meet me, especially senior colleagues, executives, senior managers, every time they have to meet me, I do not want them to be confused. Is this Ella or is this not Ella? I think this is the Ella I met at the last program. I think she's the one because I'm consistent with my branding. When you see me, first of all, seeing me and how I do my things, how I talk, how I carry out my tasks, you know that this is Ella. So even if you're meeting me for the first time and you meet me 2 years later, there's something about my brand that makes you recall that this is Ella. I met her at that program the last time and I was impressed with this thing that she did. She's done it again. I'm impressed again. And for every time that you keep being impressed by me, I'm stamping in your heart all that I am able to do. And I'm telling you, I'm here. Just see me, I'm here. When those opportunity comes, I am here ready to embrace and accept them. Okay. The final one, this is the 10th one, I think I've mentioned 10, would be you not seeing opportunities for what they are. Let me tell you, at the workplace, opportunities come disguised in so many ways. You might not even know it's an opportunity. You might not even realize that one fantastic opportunity has just walked you by. You might not even realize that this thing that is coming up is an opportunity for me to project myself in a certain light. And the moment you do not recognize an opportunity, you cannot make the most of that opportunity anymore. You have lost it because you failed to recognize it. Recognize opportunities no matter how much they are clothed in a way that you would not know that these are opportunities staring you in the face. Be very vigilant, be very conscious at the workplace, and then I'm sure that you'll be able to see those opportunities, recognize them, and then maximize them. Just before I go, I'd like you to know that I have a blog where everything that I have shared right now, I'm going to also share examples of times that I worked on them, of times that I maximized them, that I utilized some of those things. I share vivid examples on my blog, and I would like for you to subscribe at this time. www.sessionswithella.com. I'm going to see you guys on the next episode of Sessions with Ella. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I love you so much.